Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Snarl. Yes, I got the last two Dinobots I needed. I got Snarl, then I did get Sludge, and I can actually put Volcanus together now. But he comes in that typical style packaging. Really cool artwork up top. Blister right there showing off the figure and his accessories. And then on the back, you got all the images of the figure. Got a little bit of information right there. Again, just showing off the figure in both modes. Then you got all the different Prime Masters that you can put in there. And I have yet to see the new wave of these guys, of the Prime Masters, which makes me sad in the heart. But let's go ahead and get Snarl out of the package so we can see what he brings to the table. Snarl looking like Snarl. I mean, it's a very impressive figure out of the package, and he comes with two accessories. He comes with the flak vest, or it's actually like a hand, but because the fingers come out and stuff for Volcanus. But this part pops out. Put a Prime Master or whatever in there to power them up. And yeah, all this stuff sort of flips around and stuff. But I call it the flak vest because flip that peg around, flip that around, and it'll just plug right into his chest, which to me would be like a more futuristic body armor that could take a couple blaster hits and stuff like that, because it is pretty thick. That's just my imagination and how I view what these items would be when they're attached. He does come with a manual, but he also comes with his card as well, with that pretty cool artwork that you've seen on the actual package. It says Dinobot Snarl, and then on the back, Liege Maximo Snarl, the ultimate combat instigator. And then it's all said in different languages, so you hook up Liege Maximo and he becomes Liege Maximo Snarl. So pretty cool stuff right there. Sort of set that in the background. Then he comes with one of my, I guess I wouldn't say favorite, but I'm happy that he comes with a sword. It's just a clear sword. I really wished that all Dinobots came with the sword. And that's just because, I mean, they should. But that's where third party is coming in. I'm going to be getting two kits for these Dinobots. One comes with a nice plethora of weapons, and then they form into a giant sword to make for when they form together to make Volcanus and all that just really cool stuff, which I'll get into later once I actually obtain those third party items. Because sometimes when you get a Hasbro Transformer, you gotta get some third-party items to make them really be a good figure. Now, out of the box, speaking of good figure, look at this dude's head sculpt. That is beautiful. Looks like a little bit of overspray of the silver at the very tip down there, but hey, I'm okay with that. It's very hard to see. The only reason you can really see it is because it's on camera, but I mean, look at that face. Love the eyes. They're painted red. They're painted very clean. I love the fact that they are going this route with this line instead of doing the headmasters, because I feel, and you other bot fans out there, you can agree, disagree, comment down below. I feel that they're able to do better heads with these because they don't have to worry about the ability to fold them up into a little cube and pop them in. You don't have the weird blockheads, so you get that nice, full-on, nicely articulated head. I mean, he can have a little bit of attitude. He can look around. He can look up and down. Even without that piece going up, he can look up and down. Yup. The Autobot symbol on his chest is not too bad. Looking pretty nifty. And these are, I can't tell if these are stickers or those are paint. Actually, those look like paint, and that's awesome. I love painted on decals versus stickers. Stickers over time, I feel, just fall off, start peeling off, and just take away from the figures themselves when they could just put a little bit of time into painting them. Arm articulation can go up. Can't really go all the way around because you got this tailpiece, but it could if it wasn't being blocked by the tailpiece. Then he has a single jointed elbow that gets a nice degree of motion and bicep swivel. And that's about it. I guess you would have a little bit of wrist bend if you count that. So you get a little bit of wrist bend there. This figure in robot mode looks great. Feels very hollow because he is. If you look at in here, there's a lot of hollow plastic. And even in his forearms, hollow. But that's because his hand needs to fold into it. But up here, definitely crazy hollow. Then we get down to here. Does he have waist swivel? Yes, he does. So he has a nice little waist swivel. It's nice and tight. And I like how parts in the center, they're silver, and they just look nice and clean. The back of the figure, and I just realized that as I was just messing with them. So these spikes actually can fold down. Maybe just these two can fold down. That's okay. That's still pretty cool. They look so awesome. I love the robot style design on them. Cybernetic design, Cybertronian design, whatever design you want to classify it as, it looks awesome. And then we get, his legs. He can kick out that much. His legs are not as impressive. You can see the giant gaping hole up here. Like look at that. That's crazy. What could I fit in there? Like his sword. Like I can mix a drink in there. But yeah, so that's another reason why he feels hollow in hands. But again, with the decals looking nice. Painted on too. I love that. And just in his bot mode, he doesn't have a giant backpack. Like, these can fold down like I showed you. So, I mean, his back piece is not massive. I still want to get a hold of Moonracer. Because she's a cool looking female robot, but she does have a giant backpack on the back, and I'm not a fan of that. One thing I did notice too while he's standing, how I got him standing, like I had to actually bend his legs. You can see the angle of the legs. I had to bend them that way because if you bend them how he technically should be, bend them forward a little bit, he has nothing to support his back here. So like he keeps leaning back because there's not really an extra piece or anything to help support it. So you'd have to like lean him forward quite a bit to get him to stand. So it is what it is. So let's go ahead and stop talking about his robot mode. I showed you everything. He looks cool and everything. Let's see how he is as a Stegosaurus. Snarl in Dino mode, and he looks very, very cool. I love the sculpted detail on this, as he does look pretty awesome. But like sculpted detail, I'm just looking at all these little wires and tubes and all that stuff. I love the look of that. It's consistently clean. Has a little leg. Can get some articulation like so. That's about it. No bends in it. Then you get his head, which on the cover it shows that he can, on the box it shows that his mouth's open shooting a beam, but this guy definitely doesn't have any mouth opening abilities. He's got the red eyes, Autobot symbol on his forehead. It's pretty clean. Just looks so nice. And again, this side's mirrored, same as the other side, so the piping and all that stuff looks the same. You get the big hollow hip, but looks good. Moves up there. Got the bend right here. And it's like the bend is just weird. Like, do you sit him flat on this part, or do you make sure he's standing on his tippy toes, which I don't know, it's weird. Then you got the tail on the back, which looks pretty good. Only thing I'm not a fan of is, like, you can see that little peg in there. I thought this should be enclosed a little tighter, because you can sort of see, like, it opens up. But it is what it is. And he looks good, though. Like, very, very clean, nice looking dyno mode. Not a bunch of gappage or anything, just a pretty solid dyno mode. They do have spots for his accessories. I'm not putting them on there because they're like, hey, you could plug in his sword right here in the hip here. You can pop it in like so. That, to me, doesn't look good. Then they're like, you got this big chunk of plastic, you got to do something with it. Let's just plug it in on this side. So then you got this weird chunk right there. You got the sword right here. It's stupid. I'm sorry, but, you know, it's dumb. It's dumb, it's dumb, it's dumb. Like, you could have, like, had, like, a slot this could have slid under. You know, could have maybe fit in the tail. Something to where... Or just don't even worry about it. Just don't have it attached to the figure. In dyno mode, he looks great. Just, they do too much sometimes. They're like, hey, we got these extra parts, let's just start slapping them on this thing, and kids will love it. Collectors will love it. No, not at all. But yeah, that dyno mode, very, very solid. I'm pleased with it. But now, I want to turn him back into a robot and see what some poses I can get. So I got Snarl all geared up, wearing his body armor. That's what I will call it, because it looks pretty cool. It does give him that dad bod with that big old belly. And he holds the sword pretty well. I just wish the sword was bigger. I just feel like I guess it could be a short sword. But I mean, it's not too bad. And then as for this can be that armor piece, or you could probably rig it up. You don't want a flak vest because it, you know, can you maybe plug it into a shoulder like so? I don't know. I'm just, or use it as like a shoulder shield so you can like ram people with the shoulder. You know, you just got to be creative with it and just sort of really think about what you're really wanting to do and how you want your figure to be. Like, I myself, you know, probably won't have them with it on at all. Like, I'll just have them with this sword. So it's definitely a very cool figure. Highly recommend picking up, especially if you're a fan of Dinobots, and especially that G1 style, because it definitely pays a lot of respect to that G1 style. So that is my unboxing and review of Transformers Power of the Primes Dinobot Snarl. If you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. New to my channel, subscribe. Everybody that's watching, hit that bell notification so you know when I pump up a video. And as always, have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting. Have a beautiful day.